I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
That's right. We're doing it live, ladies and gents. A little late, but I'm here. I'm here. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin. We're starting to see a slowdown. We saw it pause, but now we're seeing it kind of head lower. I'll talk about, what I think is going on here. Yesterday, the stock market equities rallied hard, but it left the crypto markets behind. Can the crypto markets catch up? We'll analyze all that in today's episode. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this stream. Shout out to WeX. Shout out to 𝗘𝗘𝗫. Hey man, we back at it, man. We are back at it. And shout out to Blowfin. That's where the algo is trading right now. We'll take a look at the positions that I have open. Still holding on to that near long, 1,000% in the green. Been nibbling away at it. Yesterday we were as high as 1,200%. Now we're just right around 1,000% on that near trade. So shout out to everybody that's doing the Bloodalytics trading thing. That is going crazy. Let me see if I can bring up the screen share. Come and join me over at Blowfin. You can try a free trial of Bloodalytics. You see that QR code, scan that, get a 30-day trial. And I also have a 3-day trial available for you on the scalping side. We'll take a look at the scalps here in a minute, but I'll have that available tomorrow. So look out for that if you're interested in the scalping system. But the swing trading system, you can try that right there with the QR code on the screen. It is going crazy right now. Volatility is up, but again, as I stated, we're seeing a slight decoupling. I don't know if I don't want to call it a decoupling because it's one day. One day does not constitute a decoupling, in my opinion. But we got to watch what's going on here to see, if something more advanced is actually going to develop with this move down. We are recovering a little bit. We actually just added another long. We closed our long on Bitcoin yesterday evening. Let's take a look at that. We did close our long, and we were in a hell of a long from last Tuesday. So we finally closed that long here at about 8 o'clock last night. We re-entered just this morning at 7:40 a.m. this morning, Eastern Standard Time. So we are positioned now to, if we do head higher, I have a fresh new long open. If we don't, I'm going to be able to take that position short. And man, I told you, Scott Bessent right here, he's the one that caused all of this mania. That's Scott Bessent's Tuesday afternoon or evening announcement about a deal with China. And since then, we've been on a rip. But that momentum has slowed down. It's slowed down. Nice move up, and now we're kind of rolling over a little bit. Yesterday, we had a nice dip down here. Would have been great to get it. We bounced right off the 100K line. So 100K psychological hold number. We'll see what happens. But I am in a fresh new long on Bitcoin. I personally feel like that's long in the tooth to even do something like that. But you got to let the Bloodalytics do what it do, baby. You got to let the Bloodalytics do what it do. So again, Scott Besson, I didn't have the chart shared. Scott Besson right here knocked off or started off this nice rally we've seen. Over 10% rally in Bitcoin. Huge rally in Bitcoin. I do have a promo going on. Let's see. Anything for click says, is 𝗪𝗘𝗘𝗫 on your trading list? What's 𝗪𝗘𝗘𝗫? We got Crypto City in the building. What's going on, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure who 𝗪𝗘𝗘𝗫 is or what 𝗪𝗘𝗘𝗫 is. Let's take a look at. I want to bring up. See if I can bring this window over to where I am right now. I want to bring up an article as well. But what I want to do first, initially, is what I want to do is show you this promo I got for Blowfin right now. They sent me. I'm not shorting Bitcoin. I'm long Bitcoin, Johnny B, but I am willing to go short. I'm short on another pair. We're going to look at the other pair I'm short on, and I've been profiting on since yesterday. So we will take a look at a short. But let me bring up this new promo that I have going on with Blowfin. I want you guys to take advantage of. See if I can bring it up really quickly. That's the old one you see right now, but this is the new one. So I got an exclusive campaign going on till the 22nd of this month. So basically, if you deposit $500, you get $25 in bonuses. You deposit 10K, you get $500, and if you deposit 20K, you get $1,000 in bonuses. That's pretty great. It's pretty great. So check it out. Link is in the description, I believe, for Blowfin. If not, you can always scan this QR code to join that. Let me bring that up for you. Bada boom, bada bing. See, that's the old one. So my last campaign I had, it was deposit. Oh no, that's 1,050. Okay, never mind. I thought that was old. So that's the QR code though for you right there. Scan that if you are interested in Blowfin for that. So let's get into the trades though. Let's get into the trades, see what's going on, and then we'll look at a couple articles that I want to touch on before we get up out of here and get your day started. So again, Bitcoin seemingly slowing down doesn't mean that the run is over, but I will say yesterday we saw this move. This is between these two yellow areas is going to constitute yesterday's trading range on Monday, right? Monday we saw this move for Bitcoin, slight decoupling, because in the equities market we saw a nice move up, a hell of a move up actually. NASDAQ was up. Oh, they're not showing me yesterday's move. Okay, so let me bring it up like this. So yesterday, NASDAQ, hell of a move. Look at that move up from yesterday and from last week. This is 1 year. Look at this move from yesterday. Nice move up yesterday. We're still not at its highs. Ironically enough, I didn't even realize that. Our highs for NASDAQ was 2,027. Not quite there. 20,027. Not quite there. But it almost mirrors exactly what's going on with Bitcoin. So this is what I tell people. don't even worry about what news is going on in Bitcoin, crypto markets, and this and this. Ethereum's got a new update. They're going to try to take over Bitcoin in 5 years. That's the new plan that I heard 𝗪𝗘𝗘𝗫 is talking about. All that means nothing, because it just matters whether or not we can keep the Ponzi scheme with the equity markets, the stock market going or not. At the end of the day, that's you're going to live by the stock market. You're going to die by the stock market. Crypto tards. So listen, watch what's going on in the stock market. Watch what's going on geopolitically. Watch what's going on fiscally. As far as the treasury, you got to watch that stuff. That's what you need to be keeping your eyes on, not what's going on day to day in the crypto markets and what chain released this and upgrade that and side chain this. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Just keep your eyes on the prize, which is your stock market. All right. I want to show you we're going to look at the scalping. Let's do that first before I show you the short that I am in that's doing pretty well. So scalp, we are, man, let me do a refresh, because sometimes this trading view lately is some bug where if you switch charts, it doesn't do right. So there was a signal to go long at 5 a.m. this morning. You would be deep in the money right now with that trade. But yesterday's scalp trade would have been, did we have, oh, we end up closing. They closed the long. Okay, never mind. So we end up closing that. So this is the trade here where we went long at 5 a.m. And on the Ethereum scalp this morning, you would have at 3 a.m. if you were up, that's the Euro session, you would have tagged that long and been in significant greens right now with that trade as well. Yesterday, had a nice short here toward the tail end of the day. Actually, tail end, the start of the day, 10 a.m. yesterday, you would have had that short all day basically and closed it yesterday evening. So the scalps are looking good. The swing trading, on the other hand, we do have more pairs calibrated, and Binance is the one I was talking about. So double long on Binance, and I actually took more profits than what you see here. And this is what I say, you have to look at your trades and analyze your support and resistance areas, because we know markets tend to bounce around support and turn around resistance areas. So we went short yesterday at 11 o'clock a.m. on BNB. Took some profits here, then added a second short here. It came up again, ran against us a little bit, but ultimately rolled over yesterday. I was watching it heavily because I knew if we could get this thing to roll over, it was going to be a nice trade. And lo and behold, I took some profits here and I took some profits here. And the reason I took profits here is because I looked back and what do you see? We see a support resistance area right there. And it bounced almost precisely off that line. So I did take some profits right here, not down here. It was like right at the line. I took two profits, one here on one on the other side of the V. And then the algo took another profit taker right here at 2:30 this morning. So we are setting up. If we can get back up to this line, we will be going long as well. So we got BNB short, Bitcoin long, and near. Round of applause for near. Still holding on to that trade. Looking good. Taking profits all the way up. You got to fade the rally. Yeah, my bad, bro. This is what happens when you haven't been streaming for a while. You're a little rusty. You're a little rusty. So I did share the chart at the tail end there. I'm sorry about that. And I'm waiting on some action with Solana, because there were so many take profits with Solana. I'm not in a Solana trade right now, so it's been basically mitigated out of that. But I'm waiting to see if we can get back in this bad boy, either to the downside or the upside. Either way, I'm ready to go. Now, if we do cross over this bloodline, at this point, it does look like we would make a short. But again, you take a look at Solana. Nice rally up, very steep line. And then we kind of go sideways. You know, this is a kind of a sideways situation. So will we just leg up, pause, and then do another leg up? Or are we going to roll over at this point? I can't give you a crystal ball. I'm just following the market. I'm going to let Bloodalytics let us know which direction we should go when we should do it. I'm not going to predict it per se, but I will say that I'm feeling like we're running out of steam. We're running out of steam in the short run. But we may make another leg up. I will say I'm still sticking to, I think we're going to run into some turbulence in the next 90 days. The weekend, the summer is going to be critical for us overall, because we all know yesterday's announcement was a can kicking operation. Trump, his team, paused the tariffs at 145%, but we didn't get a deal. We just got a deal to pause to come up with a deal. So are we really going to fall through, or is China going to follow through with a commitment within 90 days? I don't see it happening. I see Xi crashing out for his team. He would rather be kicked out because the economy is so bad because of these tariffs we placed on them. He'd rather be kicked out than to fold to Trump. Of all people, he would rather be kicked out than to fold to Trump. So I don't see a deal coming through in the next 90 days. And at that point, you're going to have some issues there. But even before then, this is the thing that people fail to realize. Like the tariff thing is really a sidebar. The tariff situation is a sidebar. The real issue we're having right now is in the Federal Reserve, the debt markets, the T-bills. I don't know if you guys know this, but all that money that we printed during Biden's era, and remember we had what's her name, the old white lady, white-haired lady that was a Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. We had Yellen in office, and what did she do? She basically financed all those trillions of dollars in T-bills. Well, you may say, well, what does that mean? Well, T-bills are shorter term duration bonds, if you want to call it. And because she did that, well, she was banking on basically the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, continuing to lower interest rates. And I'm not saying he won't, but rates have been stubbornly sticking kind of high. And so when you finance your debt at such a short interim, that means you have to roll it over, refinance it at a shorter interval. And we got a lot of debt, trillions of dollars of debt needing to be rolled over, I believe, later this year. And then again the next year. And then again the following year after that. So I don't know if this is the end game for the Treasury Ponzi scheme that we've been doing here. I don't know, but it is concerning, and not a lot of people are talking about it. The smart money is definitely ahead of the game and watching what's going on. But I don't know. Another thing I want to talk about, and this is all for my guy Wisdom Bars. He says that Trump is a puppet of the Israelites. I don't know, man. You got to tell me how he's a puppet when he just cut Netanyahu off. He just let's take a look at this article really quickly. It shocked me to see this bold move from Trump, but he's like, man, y'all playing games with me. I ain't got time for that. You're cut off. I'm not taking your phone call, baby. Bibi bitch. That's what he wants to say. Net and bitch. So let me see. Let me bring this up really quickly. Share screen. So look, Trump's rift with Bibi might be irreconcilable. What? Yeah. I didn't even know about this until last night. At all. A report circulated last week alleging that Trump cut off all direct contact with Bibi after feeling manipulated by him. Wow. For as sensational as it sounds, the larger context suggests it might be true. For starters, there was bad blood between them since late 2020 after Trump reportedly felt betrayed by Bibi, recognizing Biden's electoral victory while Trump was still challenging it in courts. Okay. All right. And more recently, Bibi has been pressuring Trump to bomb Iran. Fucking small hats, which Trump doesn't want to do since a large-scale war in West Asia would offset his plan and pivot back to Asia for containing China. Yeah, good point. I'm with Trump. Of course, Netanyahu is manipulating him. That's what they do best over there in Israel. They're manipulators. They've hijacked I agree with what 𝗪𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓 was saying about how we've been in bed with China, with Israel for so long, and whatever they do, they're the darling child of ours. All that might have been true in the past, but my guy, this is a new era. Trump ain't like none of these other presidents. So if he feels a certain way, he's got an ego. He feels a certain way, he's gonna feel a certain way, and he's gonna act on it. That's why they're so scared of him. So, 𝗪𝗟𝗪𝗓, let me know whenever you see this. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about this move by Trump. 89% of our politicians hold dual citizenships. Guess the other country, and it is Israel. Yes, I know. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy, Clay. He just became a shout out to Epidemic. Thanks for tuning in. AB in the house as well. Let's see. Clay said, my ex-wife is Israeli. They are completely blinded by their own propaganda. So as we are, it's interesting to see two sets of people with damn near identical cultures can hate each other so much. You're right. Yeah. I agree, Clay. Big facts there. Big facts. So it is it's interesting to see that happen. I just I wanted to poke at 𝗪𝗟𝗪𝗓 on that one. I think that should let him know that Trump is not a puppet of Israel. So here's another one saying that Bitcoin is now deflationary due to strategies Bitcoin purchases. MicroStrategy, you guys know, a Bitcoin treasury company is accumulating. Let's see here. Is accumulating Bitcoin at a faster rate. Yeah, they're gonna. This is the listen. I know you guys. This is not popular opinion here, but this is the worst move in my opinion. And I'll stand on it if I'm wrong. I think this is the worst move that a public company can do. Now, I was talking to my best friend, my boy John, yesterday. He's a banker, so he gets paid. He gets paid big bucks to analyze and make assumptions. He told me that MicroStrategy, this could be a way for them to go out and acquire another company based on their balance sheet of Bitcoin in the future. If it can, continue to rise, then he's saying they can use their Bitcoin to acquire a cash positive or cash free cash flow company that will make their whole situation better. I said, damn, I didn't even think about that. And that somewhat is true. I think you can see a situation where MicroStrategy acquires a company that is profitable because they are losing money hand over fist every quarter. You cannot sustain that type of fuckery. I'm sorry, you just can't. It's nonsense. And it all seems like real like bubble-ish 2008-ish or 2000.com era type situations. So they have they're saying they're accumulating Bitcoin at a faster rate than total miner output, giving the supply cap asset a negative 2.3 annual deflationary rate, according to crypto-quant CEO and market analyst 𝗕𝗫𝗅𝗔𝗡. Interesting. But can they keep it up? Can they keep up the purchase rate? I say no. There's not an infinite amount of money, and I just don't see him being able to keep that going. The total supply is shrinking due to strategies accumulating Bitcoin. Additionally, strategy acts as a bridge between Bitcoin and traditional finance markets by funneling funds from TradFi investors into Bitcoin through selling corporate debt and equity, which the company uses to finance Bitcoin purchases, according to Michael Saylor. Over 13,000 institutions hold strategy stock directly in their portfolios. Again, my thing is, I don't understand why you just wouldn't, if you're TradFi, why wouldn't you just go and buy a Bitcoin spot ETF? We got T Will in the building. What's going on, bro? Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. Trade Intuition, and I got to get him on the show. I don't know what time. I'm starting to stream at 9 trade. So I used to train, I think it was 11 o'clock ish. I'm streaming at 9 now. So I don't know what time you stream. Maybe get you on in the early morning session. See what's going on your side. But yeah. This is bad. And this is bad fundamentally. Period. Think about this. One company is changing the dynamics of Bitcoin. How is that ever a good thing? It's not. It's not. It won't last. Market will recalibrate, but I'm just saying it's crazy that they are causing Bitcoin technically to be deflationary. I mean, it is deflationary already, but is in the short term is not considered deflationary because miners create Bitcoin every day. So that's kind of like the inflationary aspect of it. But if you zoom out, Bitcoin is deflationary already without MicroStrategy. But they're saying in the short run, Bitcoin's inflationary characteristics are being removed because of how much Bitcoin MicroStrategy is buying. I still don't understand why Bitcoin is only at 100,000. There's something wrong here. Bitcoin should not be at $100,000. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You know, with gold, it is, we say finite, but we don't know exactly how finite. We know exactly how finite Bitcoin is. 21 million. That's it. I would say damn near half of, maybe 40% of what's available or out already mined is probably lost. So, and you got all these companies buying, you got states looking into buying. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Where would we be price-wise if they had not bought? A hell of a lot lower. A hell of a lot lower. Good question. So, you know, we have to, I did an article or showed an article about 2 or 3 months ago about this very thing. Some analysts did their work up on it and said that last year, like MicroStrategy constituted, I want to say 60% or 80% of the buy volume. 60%. It was something crazy. And, there's a lot of pushback saying, no, that's not true. And, had people saying why that wasn't the case, but dollar for dollar, it did seem like they had over 50% of the buying or of the supply of Bitcoin last year. So yeah, they're impacting it, but you impacted on the way up, you impacted on the way down. The markets are not symmetrical. It's a zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody has to lose. So it is what it is. We'll see. I'm still sticking to my guns. I think MicroStrategy is going to be a detriment, ultimately a detriment to crypto, or Bitcoin, I should say, and then subsequently the crypto markets, price-wise. I'm just talking price, not fundamentally as far as, you know, the utility of crypto or anything like that. None of that. I'm just saying the price. We should be at 200 plus. I think we should be at $1 million. The manipulation started back in 2017. This is nothing new. The manipulation started back in 2017, 18. That's when I started to see the manipulation occur. And since then, that's what I'm saying. Since 17, 18 up to now, we should be near $1 million. There's no way. There's no way. At any rate, that's where we are, ladies and gents. Get over to Bloodalytics.com. We got the 1 minute scalping system. We got the swing trading system. You can get it for free, a month trial if you'd like to test it out first. It is slower. The swing trading system is way slower, so it's taking less trades, more accurate trades as of the last couple of months. So check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Brit VR says, do you think they will start selling? Yeah, they're going to be forced to sell at some point in the future. Their strategy, ironically enough, will ultimately cause them to have to sell, because all they're doing is buying, and buying Bitcoin in and of itself is it does not yield you anything. The only way, like my boy John Knapp told me yesterday, the banker, he said the only way they could turn their Bitcoin holdings into something that is yielding is maybe taking that and leveraging their holdings to buy another company for free cash flow, cash flow. That's the only thing they can do to, like, indirectly make their Bitcoin holdings yield something. And maybe that is in the plans. Maybe they do plan on acquiring a company at some point, but they're losing $500 million a quarter. Who's going to continue to lend money to them? And who's going to have the appetite to buy their shares in lieu of, or in order to raise cash to buy more Bitcoin? That can't sustain itself. That's all I'm saying. It will not sustain itself in the long term. These idiots didn't think to just turn MicroStrategy into a lending bank or into a DeFi project. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that either. So I guess I'm the idiot as well, Mike. Yeah, I don't know how that works on the TradFi side. I'm not sure how that legally would happen, but yeah, they should have started out on the DeFi side. If you so about this Bitcoin life, you would have started off on the DeFi side. Oh, I forgot. We closed out our long on Tron as well. Forgot about that. We did close on, so that's why I'm only on 3 trades right now. Tron, nice trade, and closed that out over the span of 2 days. We closed that trade out last night as well at 10 p.m. So we're just waiting for the next trigger wave in either direction. I'm gonna be there to catch it. We're in the long right now in Bitcoin. It's kind of teetering around our entry point. We'll see how that pans out. We are, well, I'm not in. I've been basically profited out of this trade. We've been in this Ethereum trade since April 22nd. I'm out of that trade. I've taken so many take profits. But we are in a BNB trade short still. And we are in a near trade, which has been a hell of a run since last Thursday. Up 1,000% right now, roughly. Let's see if it's still up 1,000%. Let's see. Yeah, we're at 1,018% on the near long. All right, so that's it for today. I'll check out 𝗙𝗘𝗫𝗓 on AVAX, and maybe talk about it on the next trade, my guy. I appreciate each and every one of you. That's it for today. We out of here, people.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.